I fancy a draw, to be honest.
I think if England keep it tight till half-time, and it's 0-0 at half-time, they've got a chance.
Right, well, as you see, the players are now coming out at the Net Stadium. Let us go across now and join our match commentator, Brian Moore, and with him a man who would never mask his passion for English football, the Manchester City manager, John Bond.
Well, the teams are now onto the pitch, as you can see. England in white, the Hungarian in that famous cherry red shirts of theirs. A night when England need that experience, need defiance, need their skill in a stadium where they have been received in the most hostile fashion so far as the whistling of the Hungarian crowd is concerned, the cheering for their own team. It's the sort of atmosphere that would on this night make them feel a long way from home. But I can tell you that their mood is one of great defiance. As you were just saying, they realise that this, for some of them, could be their last chance of making the World Cup finals, and they're determined to take it. But first, the national anthems. So a quarter of or rather 750,000 people would have liked to have bought tickets for this game. Only 68,000 could, and this stadium was packed 2 hours before the kickoff. England last won in Budapest away back in 1909, which is a chastening thought. 72 years ago, they did it that night in style, though, by 8-2. They lost here in 1954, a famous 7-1 failure against Ferenc Puskás and his men, who of course had come to Wembley the year before and had won by 6-3. We've seen Puskás playing tonight here in a veterans game, and there were a few touches from him. He scored a most brilliant hat-trick. England also lost here in 1960. That's all history. Football, as I'm sure John Bond would say, is about today's and not about yesterday's. John, your feeling about it?
Well, that's right, Brian. I heard Ron speaking early on about he was disappointed that Huddle wasn't playing. I'm particularly disappointed that him and Barnsley.
Before you go on, just the England team there, it's 3 changes from that defeat in Switzerland. Kenny Sanson out, Mick Mills left back, with Phil Neal returning to right back. Trevor Brooking then returns to the midfield. Ray Wilkins is out, and Terry McDermott, who came on as a sub in Basel, continues. There's no room for Trevor Francis there, a team chosen for its attitude and experience, says Ron Greenwood. The Hungarian side, that's a very settled side at the moment, though they miss their defender Tóth, who's under the suspension. 5 of this side are aged 30 or over. Fazekas, the number 7, is their most capped player with 80 caps. Neil Yoshi, the number 8, is the man who makes things run for them in midfield. And they've got wins against Norway and Romania behind them, and a draw in Switzerland. They, if anything, should now be in the right mood. The Referee Kazarin is from Italy, as are his 2 linesmen. Kish, the number 9, who scored 2 goals in Norway. What critical goals they could turn out to be for the Hungarians. John, I interrupted you briefly. You were talking about Peter Barnes.
Well, I was just saying that I wish that Peter Barnes would have been playing, because I think tonight is the sort of night when you need people in your side who are going to make things happen. I think Trevor Brooking may well do that. I think McDermott may do that, and certainly Hoddle and Barnsley would have done that if they'd have been on the game. So I'm a little bit disappointed, but hopefully we're going to see a positive display by England tonight, and who knows, a good result at the end of it.
The Hungarians, I think, are a little fearful of England. There's still a magic, they say, about the name England and their footballers, and I know they were particularly worried about the fellow who's on the ball in the middle there at the moment, Paul Mariner. There's Fazekas, their most capped player. They have a feeling that maybe they're not as powerful in the air at the back as they should be, and that maybe Mariner might take advantage of that. But of course, to do that, he's got to have the right sort of service. He's got to have people flying down the wings. And at the moment, before we can get started, it would seem that there is a slight problem with the air pressure in the ball. Defeat, of course, would almost certainly kill off England's World Cup hopes. Not entirely so, because strange things can still happen. There are a number of games still to be played in this group. But above all, it's a positive outlook that we need from England tonight, and a victory that in the end could be a priceless one. I know Ron Greenwood is particularly worried about the Hungarians and their performance over the first 20 or 25 minutes of the game, because he feels that they will fly at us, and they are without question a side of considerable skill. And that was exactly the way they played against the Romanians here when they won 1-0. They were almost unstoppable in those first 25 minutes, and then, if anything, ran out of steam. So I know Ron Greenwood feels that the first 25 minutes, it's a bit of a cliche to say it, but that the first 25 minutes will be absolutely critical, and it's imperative that England hold them during that time. Well, the Italian referee is now happy with the ball. England will be in the white shirts, attacking the goal to our left. Phil Thompson finding Phil Neal. Thompson, goodness knows he's a winner after that Liverpool triumph in Paris. And now Mick Mills, played as a right back in Switzerland. Here's Mariner, a little touch there for Brooking. England's throw. Hungary, who've played 3 of their World Cup group games, they've won 2 and drawn 1. England, who've played 5, won 2, drawn 1 and lost 2. Keegan trying to come off his marker, getting shoved in the back by Martosh, giving England the free kick, which Brooking will float left-footed towards Mariner and Keegan. McDermott's in there as well. Coppell's in there too. Brooking then with the kick, hit in low. It's Balint who got it away. Fazekas, the number 7. And Thompson, Mills, the pitch in magnificent condition. England trained here on Thursday night. They weren't allowed to after that. Dave Watson. And Thompson. Mills making a break, and the ball just clearing Muller there, but Muller coming in, and England get the throw. Mills with it, number 3. Keegan again, trying to come off his man. And in the end, the Hungarians get it away again to Fazekas. Played on again towards Kish, but it was cut out well there by Dave Watson, but the whistle had gone for a free kick. Foul on Fazekas. It's going to be Balint who's got it. Nilioshi, Balint, Scaraba. Played for Nilioshi again. Brooking had gone right there with him. Torokchik. Such a skillful player, but of an uneven temperament, to say the least. He's had a few problems off the field, this number 11. Mostly involving celebrations and driving cars. But they say, over all that, and his skills are being used in Hungary's bid now to get to the World Cup finals in Spain. Balint again in. Number 5 is Muller, who, like Balint, plays in the first division in Belgium. Fazekas is another one who does. Neil on the far side. Now McDermott. Played again towards Keegan, but the chest down only fell for Nilyoshi. Number 5 is Muller. And Kish could make no progress. The ball with Phil Thompson. It's been 2 or 3 really sweltering days here in Budapest. We had a violent storm yesterday morning which seemed to clear the air, but it was really oppressive and humid again for most of today, but a little bit cooler now. Interception there again by Balint, who sweeps at the back there for the Hungarians. This is Martos, played in the '78 World Cup, to the captain Tibor Nilyoshi. Tall, elegant sort of player, strokes it around in the midfield, finds Martos. Karabakh. Oh, and it very nearly let England in, but the ball with the keeper Katsiets. Balint for Hungary in the red shirts, white shorts and green stockings. Mills again with the throw for England to his Ipswich teammate Paul Mariner. Koppel. Keegan. And an England throw. Mills to Robson. Koppel, the little touch there. Keegan won't quicken on the end of that one. Muller back to his keeper. Big fella, that Katsiets. He's the goalkeeper, 6'5". Muller, a long ball forward, but, well, there's nobody up there with a red shirt. And Neil and Thompson having no trouble controlling that and finding Terry McDermott. Brooking. As yet, no sign of that early rush from the Hungarians. And with only Kish and Fazekas up, they're obviously looking to make a lot from the midfield. Well, they've conceded another free kick.
Yeah, already, Brian, it looks we were expecting Hungary to come at England in the first 20 minutes, and that not working out that way at all at the moment. They're just playing back there and just knocking the ball about and not getting many people forward at all, and it's suiting us fine at this moment in time.
This is Keegan turning it back. Mariner's right in there, but it's on the roof of the net for a goal kick.
Already, as well, we're seeing a more positive attitude from England in terms of going forward. People are beginning to make things happen for themselves. We're beginning to hit the front people a lot earlier, and it's looking very promising even as early as this.
Well, they're calling Martos to take the goal kick for the Hungarians. Watson's touch, fall for Muller. Keegan in there, Brooking and releasing him with Mariner going wide on the right. Played back again for Brian Robson. Koppel driving one in there, straight into the keeper's arms though. Varga on the far side, Torocic. Oh, that was a stern and an unfair late challenge there by Terry McDermott on the Hungarian number 11, getting the free kick, and here's Torocic again now. He's got plenty up, including Kish, but the flag is up. Well, that was indicative of the sort of move the Hungarians will make, because it was Nyiljoshi who had made a tremendous run from the midfield. He's been a prolific goal scorer this season with his club Ferencváros. All those goals coming from the midfield. And he very nearly got on the end of something then. Hungarians again. Torokcic on the far side. The ball coming off Phil Neal for the throw. Balint. Neal heading it away. Torokcic. Stopped in the end though by Brian Robson. A little pass for Koppel. Here's Brooking. And his persistence paid off well there for Brooking. Finding McDermott. Oh, that pass almost put Neal in trouble, but looking very secure at the back was Phil Thompson, but that little flurry was of England's own making. Here's Torokcic again. Torokcic. And that'll be an England throw. No, it's a Hungarian throw. Nyiljoshi with it. Muller. Fazekas really shouldn't have been allowed to get to that one, but Mills and Watson between them with a chance of getting it away. Robson short to Mills. And an England throw. Brian Robson with it. Brooking. Robson. Played for Mariner, going wide. Garaba going with him. A foul surely. He's known as the hard man. The marker in that Hungarian side is the number 6, Imre Garaba. Plays for the army side, Honved. Really clattered into Mariner there. The free kick had to be given, and Robson and Brooking between them debating with the Italian referee when it should be taken. Brooking. Deep cross. Watson had come up on the far side. Got his header in there. Mariner also with the back header. Can Keegan get in there? Well, Keegan almost looked to be appealing for a handball there, though there was no way the referee could possibly have seen it. But it was interesting to see that both Watson and Mariner won useful balls in the air well inside that Hungarian penalty area. It's a corner for England. It's Brooking going to take it. Watson has stayed up. Keegan is poised in there. Koppel's in there, and Mariner too. And suddenly McDermott has come up as well.
Yeah, the Hungarians look very suspect at the back when we get at them. They don't look very sure of themselves at all. If we can really take the game to them, I already feel that we've got a great chance here.
There's Balint though, playing the ball through to Kish. And a free kick given to Hungary just outside the penalty area for the foul on the Hungarian number 9. And this might present a problem or two. Well, it's some 19 yards out. Fazekas is behind it. So too is Varga, the number 4. And Torokcic. 5 in the England wall. Fazekas was the man who scored here against Romania, and they won 1-0. And he's the man who looks as though he might be lining up to take this free kick now. Fazekas with it, hit it straight at the wall, gets a second go. He was a little lucky, and a good save there by Ray Clements from Nyiljoshi.
That was a good little chance. That the marking in the penalty area for the ball that got blocked and then got pushed back in was very bad. It was a good little chance.
But here's Koppel. Now McDermott at the other end for England. Keegan trying to get a 1-2 going with McDermott, and a corner given. Watson again coming forward.
Both sets of defences look a little bit suspect when they're being got at, both England and Hungarians at the moment.
Well, here's Brooking now with the corner for England. And the keeper got it, and got it again. Crowd were whistling because Paul Mariner took a whack at the ball there, but the keeper had got it back in his keeping, and there was no foul. McDermott looking after Toropczyk. And Varga, the left back, with the throw for Hungary. In goes Thompson. Balint to Garaba. Balint again with Muller coming outside him. Toropczyk looks as though he's very keen on the game at the moment. A lovely little chip in there. Knocked back for Muha. Nilyashi was almost in there. England having a bit of trouble getting it away, but Robson again feeding Brooking. Now Keegan. Robson. And it was Phil Neal who'd made a good run into the penalty area. He's still there. McDermott now playing it in for Robson. Can he let one drive from there? He can't get the direction, and it's a goal kick. A couple of times, John, this Nilyashi, the number 8 from Hungary, seems to make some really dangerous breaks from the midfield, and has caused one or two little bits of trouble.
Yeah, and also the number 11, Brian. I think that we've got to make sure that with these people are picked up and they're not allowed to run at us the way they are at the moment. That at the moment appears the only danger to us.
Well, a goal kick then for Hungary. Watson winning it comfortably in the air, but illegally apparently, so it's a free kick to Hungary. If you just come in, a quarter of an hour gone, and in this World Cup qualifier, Hungary 0, England 0. A victory is what England need, but don't be too depressed if it turns out to be a draw, because that still gives us a finger hold on qualifying for the World Cup finals. But of course then you start putting your fate in other people's hands. It'll then depend upon what Switzerland and Norway can do in their remaining games when they play Hungary and Romania. So to be really positive, it's a victory above all else that Ron Greenwood's men require here tonight. Koppel. Flicked through again there. Brooking couldn't begin to control it. Keegan might try to get in there, but the little touch by Balint, who looks very, very sure of himself at the back there. Muller playing a long ball forward, but Clemens will get there. It's a really lovely summer's evening, and the whole crowd here in their shirt sleeves, having had a marvellous day of sunbathing. But here's Fazekas. Oh, he's gone past Watson, playing it inside there, and Robson doing a good supporting job, although his clearance didn't make a lot of ground, and is picked up here by Muller. Toropczyk stopped by Mills, and Watson looking for Brooking, and Brooking dispossessed again, that time by Balint. Nodded on by Nilyashi. Toropczyk, Watson right in there, and Kish couldn't get it. But there was a real moment of trouble there for England in the corner now for the Hungarians, which will be taken by Fazekas. Watson in the first place was skinned, but then did a marvellous saving job when it looked as though Toropczyk might be in. And the Hungarian crowd now fully committed to getting behind their side as Fazekas takes this corner, and it's flicked away by Brooking. Helped away by Robson. Played here for Muller. Curled in once more towards Nilyashi, the big tall fella, and Phil Thompson there.
Watson did very well there, Brian, to get back, to get that ball away. It was a very dangerous situation for England, but they are a little bit square at times at the back and a little bit flat. We must watch those balls in over the top of us.
Mariner coming off Garaba. Ball still in play, but only just. Robson. And a real battle there. And in the end, there was a foul on the Hungarian skipper Tibor Nyilyoshi, and it's a free kick again for the Hungarians. Here's Taroksic, the man who's looked such a dangerous force when they've come forward so far. The little chip forward, hoping to find Kish.
That's exactly the ball I mean, that they're getting just over the halfway line, and we're caught a little bit flat at the back, and they're pinging balls in over the top of us, and that's where they're catching us a little bit.
But now it's Brian Robson. Koppel. Flick wide for Phil Neal on the far side there. Koppel. In again now for McDermott. Can he cross it in there? Brooking! And it's there!
Oh, brilliant.
England have scored, and Trevor Brooking has done it. Well, that was a marvellous break, and it's incredible the number of times that Brooking gets these important goals in these last 2 or 3 years. McDermott was right in there. Brooking only half hit it, but Kadric could do nothing about it, and England, against the odds, have gone into the lead. John?
Well, that was marvellous, Brian. I've just been sitting here thinking that we'd got over the worst part of the game, the first 15 minutes, and we looked fairly composed and fairly sure of ourselves, and bang, we just scored a goal. It's a great start for England. We really ought to be able to take this on now and win the match, I feel.
Well, still just 20 minutes gone. Well, if we say that England are lacking in confidence, that should do wonders for them. But it's amazing that the 2 goals they've scored in the last 6 games before today have all come from midfielders. Glenn Hoddle against Spain and Terry McDermott last week against Switzerland. And it's a midfielder who's done it again now here in Budapest, and that's Trevor Brooking. It's absolutely stunned this huge Hungarian crowd. In fact, you had to look twice to see the ball was in the net because everybody had gone so quiet. Here's Brooking again, whose contribution, I have to say, to that point, by his standards, had been minimal, but that could be such a beautiful moment. Here's Balint for Hungary. Played here for Muller. Important that we hold them at bay now. The next few minutes certainly are going to be very, very important, and the Hungarians have a corner. Ilyosh is in there, Kish I can see in there, Tarokshik's in there too, Muha also, Fazekas with the corner. This is Tarokchik over the head, and nodded down there and pushed away by Clements. There wasn't a lot of power on it, and it might just have crept in, but Clements just got his fingertips to it, supported there by Phil Neal. Neal played towards Mariner. Garaba, Tarokchik, Garaba played here again for Kish, linking up well now and finding Muller. The Hungarians have got a lot forward now, coming from the back as well. That was Kish, who was stopped there well by Watson. No foul. Robson beating Muller, flicking it on here for Brooking, who's right up there, and Mariner's made a good run, and Brooking's passes are way off the mark. So Varga for Hungary. England leading by 1-0, 22 minutes gone. Trevor Brooking the scorer. Nyilyoshi. Muller. And again, Watson getting up well. Misunderstanding there between the Hungarians. It lets Brooking in, who's got Mariner on his left. A foul there before Watson plays it forward, so it's an England free kick. And I think Martos is going to be called towards the Italian referee. He seemed to be beckoning that way, but just wanted a word with the Hungarian right back.
Brian, I only hope that England don't become fearful now of being a goal in front and keep this keep their game going the way they're playing at the moment, because I do really believe that on what I've seen already, Hungary are a very ordinary side, and if we can keep getting at them, I feel that we can score more goals.
Keegan. McDermott for Robson, getting in there. Robson getting right in there, shouldered off the ball there. Free kick for England right outside the penalty area when it looked as though Robson might be getting onto his left foot. Now, with Brooking there, maybe it'll be a bender. Keegan and Koppel are also there in very close order, and they'll want that Hungarian wall back the full 10 yards. Keegan's lined up behind there also. Robson's lined up there. McDermott also. Touch there for Keegan. A good save that time by the keeper. And they haven't got it away yet by any means. And England are claiming a handball there, as the ball was thundered into a Hungarian defender by Terry McDermott. It was a real united and a very loud appeal, but turned down by the Italian referee.
The referee, Brian, at that moment was very, very badly placed to see what happened anyway. I mean, he couldn't possibly have given a penalty because he was behind the play.
But certainly a very powerfully struck free kick there by Keegan. And here's Nilioshi for Hungary, finding Martosh's right back. Fazekas has gone into the middle. Kish is in there too. And that should be a ball, in fact, put away for the corner by Steve Koppel. Fazekas again will take it. Tarokchik and Nilyash is there. Played for Varga, in fact. So the cross comes in from a different angle. England battling to get it away. Muha, the number 10, playing it again for Varga. Here's Tarokchik. McDermott sticking close to him. Tarokchik again. Lovely little curl ball there to Muller. Now it's here for Martosh. And Nilioshi with a header, but well off the mark, and a goal kick. Well, this Nilioshi, who was in the middle of the picture there just a moment ago, the Hungarian captain, seems to be getting up so often. 6'2" of him, so he's always got a fair chance when balls are in the air in the penalty area. Mills. Brooking. McDermott's gone on a run as well. Played for Neil, and now for Robson. And in comes Watson. Thompson playing it there for Mariner, but Muha was there. Karabakh. Nilioshi. Flick wide here for Muller. Balint. Muller again. A little chip there by him, and again Dave Watson up. Brooking trying to release Keegan. No, he couldn't keep it in play, and the ball was out of play. So if you've just come in late, we've got 27 minutes now gone, and England are leading here in Budapest by 1-0, the goal scored by Trevor Brooking. That's a good run there. Kish, the ball again floated over the heads of the back four on the far side. It was Phil Neal who's coming in to challenge there, and the ball going off the Hungarian for the goal kick.
if England could now get another goal, I think that they could really sew this game up. They really have got up very much on top, I feel, and as I said, Hungary look a very ordinary side. If we could get another goal in their net now, I think it would really sicken them off, and we would be all right.
John, I'm not going to tempt Providence by agreeing with you, but I must say there is a composure about England that's been lacking over the last 3 or 4 games at any rate. The ball back with Laszlo Balint. Playing for Torocic. Quickly there, tackled, and it looked to me as though Robson maybe played the ball, but not to the referee's liking, and Brian Robson, to my surprise, gets a yellow card.
That's quite a ridiculous booking. I didn't see anything wrong with that at all. He came in, I think he may have even got the ball.
Muller, Martos. And again, a good jump by Thompson, who claims the ball came off a Hungarian, but the Italian referee has given the Hungarians the corner. I just hope that booking won't in any way dampen the resolve of Brian Robson and make him worry about what would happen if he got another one, because his tackling in the middle of the field has been so important so far. But here's a corner now for Hungary. Mariner right back there to help get it away, and in the end it's the boot of Terry McDermott that gets the ball up to Garada here. Varga towards Nilioshi, having a battle in the air with Phil Thompson, and a free kick to the Hungarians, which again has upset Phil Thompson and again could put England under pressure, because it's a very central position. So Clements will need to be on his mettle. He wants 5 in the wall. But who's going to be behind this one? Well, Balint is there, who scored in Switzerland. Ilioshi, floating one, too high, goal kick, crisis over. And you can see on the clock there, we're coming up to half an hour gone, and that magical scoreline, Hungary 0, England 1. So England have survived that troublesome first 25 minutes that Ron Greenwood was talking about. Indeed, they've done more than that. Trevor Brookings' goal has given their confidence a tremendous boost. It's Phil Thompson now. To Mickey Mills. Still very warm indeed here. And that's probably the reason the pace is maybe a little slower than you would want to see for sheer excitement. Mariner crossed in there, and it was Martos who got it away. McDermott, and an England throw. Watson. Bit of space on the far side there for Brooking. One of his curling crosses didn't curl enough, and it'll be a corner. Phil Thompson's going up for this one. Dave Watson has stayed back. So Brooking will swing it in towards that Hungarian goal. There's the corner, who hit low, but he'll get another chance because the ball came off Torocic. Keegan being watched by Martos. Brooking again. Changing the angle once more towards Keegan, who, in fairness, had little chance of his, 5'6", 5'7" against the 6'5" of Katriec. Fazekas. Brooking. Brooking, one of the 5 players in the England side who are aged 30 or over, and there are 5 in the Hungarian side, also aged 30 or over. Robson. Phil Thompson right in there. Finding Koppel, who's on this side of the field. Brooking trying to get that back from the byline, and indeed has got a corner.
England at this moment are looking very impressive going forward. They're making a lot of angles for themselves, making a lot of good runs off the ball, and they're looking very impressive indeed.
Here's Brooking with the corner. Hit wider this time, going straight to a Hungarian. Here's Kish. The striker making a run from deep. And support arriving now. And Valiant, of all people, the big defender, who's right up there amongst the front men. He made a tremendous amount of ground, but his cross was a little too strong. And Mills, well, came again for Fazekas. That was a bit of bad luck for England. It could be really bad luck as Torokchik now tries to line up a shot, and it's charged down there by Thompson. Muha. Challenged by Keegan. Kish. And again England get it away. And McDermott this time making no mistake as he finds Paul Mariner. The long ball, and Mariner 3 against 1, but still almost finds Keegan. And then the ball. Well, there was a foul on Mariner. And a free kick for England. And a yellow card for Varga.
There's something. England are playing a way which I've been wanting them to play for some time now. They're hitting the front men very early. Both Mariner and Kevin Keegan are showing themselves very nicely and very early, and we're hitting balls into their feet and then taking the game from there. And at this moment in time, things are going very sweetly and nicely for England. We must all the time, though, look out for those balls that we do get caught a little bit flat, and then the ball goes in over the top of our heads. In behind us, and we're found wanting a little bit. We just must give a little bit more depth and a little bit cover on one another, a little bit more than what we're doing at the moment.
Looks as though Mariner's going to be okay. Peter With, one of the substitutes, had been warming up. And it looks as though Paul Mariner will be okay to go on. England's free kick, 35 minutes gone. And England leading by a 1-0 here in Budapest. The scorer, Trevor Brooking. Keegan with that header. Robson turning it wide there again. No, the ball didn't quite carry as far as McDermott. Here's Koppel. A little bit of trouble controlling that one. Neil could only play it into touch, and so it's a throw for Hungary. Torokchik now for them. Oh, he swept past Trevor Brooking, but stopped by Phil Thompson. Mariner, followed by Garaba. Koppel. And here are the Hungarians again. Muha, flicked on by Torokchik to Nilioshi. Koppel's going with him. A little flick inside again there towards Torokchik. And the Hungarians looking very dangerous as Fazekas gets it to the byline, and Clements is there. If he pulled that back a yard or so more, England might have been in really serious trouble. It was bad enough as it was until Clements safely gathered it up. And here's Mick Mills for England, leading by a 1-0 England, with about 9 minutes of the first half remaining. Brooking. Keegan. Mills made a good run, and a nice reverse pass there from Kevin Keegan, but that cross is no good at all, and it'll be a goal kick. Spallint. Muller. Nilioshi. Hungary's throw. Fazekas. Oh. Well, he almost got away from Watson. And the back pass from McDermott finds Clements. Koppel. Keegan quickly off his man. The little pass there was a good one for McDermott. In turn, finding Mariner. McDermott's continued his run, but Mariner's got problems. And this is Garaba. The ball given away there, but Muhar got it back again and finds Kish. And Kish looks as though he might get to the byline. Torokcik's going in there as well. And in the end, England forced to give away the corner through Phil Neal, which Torokcik is going to take this time. 7 minutes to go to half-time. England leading 1-0. Garaba coming up from the back. Oh, and a poor corner, and Brooking given the opportunity of whacking it away up here to Keegan, the lone white-shirted figure up there, supported there by Koppel. Left here for Neal. Here's Brooking. Swept here for Mills. McDermott. Played again for Robson. Mariner's lurking up front there, twisting and turning, trying to get a yard of space. Brooking playing it in for Keegan, and Muller there tidying up very efficiently indeed for the Hungarians. But England at the moment still playing better than for some time, and of course leading by this 1-0. They conceded a free kick there.
I get the feeling that if Peter Barnes was playing out on the left wing here tonight, he would have a birthday, because I really believe that he could get at this Hungarian defence. They really do look very suspect when people get at them.
It's Balint now for the Hungarians, doing a bit of attacking of their own. Nielioshi turning it down, and Watson caught a little bit off guard there, rather awkwardly conceding a corner. But I think we would settle for that with Fazekas in such close attendance right on Dave Watson there. And it's Fazekas then with this corner for the Hungarians. A deep one, and against the crossbar from Nielioshi. And England were reprieved there, because I don't think Clements would have known a lot about it. And Nielioshi, either in anguish or in pain, there was his header, and he took a crack on the head as he got it in there. And in fact, he's still on the ground, and at the other end, Koppel trying to get away and gets a free kick for England. Well, that was a break for us, John.
Yeah, this Nielioshi looks very dangerous when crosses are coming across, either corners or crosses from either wing, and he's looking very dangerous. We've got to be terribly careful about that. With so many big people back there, we do really look rather suspect at the back for crosses.
And he's now rolled in agony off the field. The game will go on with the Hungarians down to 10. A free kick for England then. I'm not sure why the Italian referee is holding things up. Now he's decided that the game can get going. McDermott will take the free kick. Or maybe Robson. It's McDermott floating it in there towards Keegan, and no trouble again for the keeper. Varga. Played wide here for Martos. A free kick, the foul by Mariner. And still the Hungarian captain receiving treatment there beyond the byline. Must have taken a terrible knock on the head as an England defender maybe came to him as he was heading that ball against the crossbar. Presumably it must have been a clash of heads, but it's Martos at the moment for Hungary. Fazekas. Keegan will back to Clements. Within 3 minutes of half-time now. And clearly the Hungarian skipper has got quite a problem there. And indeed, if he can't come back on, then so too of the Hungarian team. But at the moment, it's Phil Neal. Koppel. Through the legs of the Hungarian to Robson. Neil had continued going down that flank, but Varga finding Martos. Torokcik letting it run. Here's Watson. Mariner. Looking, if anything, slightly the better side, England, but you feel all along that they need that second goal for a bit of breathing space. Muller. Two minutes to half-time, and Nilyoshi is going round the back of the goal now. He's obviously must have a nasty cut on the head. He's at least up on his feet and moving, but clearly going away, possibly to have a cut stitched, I would think. Well, they'll want to get him back on as quickly as possible. Will they do that before half-time is another matter. Watson battling with Fazekas and finding Ray Clements. Mills looking for a way out of trouble, but then just gives the ball to Muller. Here's Torokcik. Brooking winning that back, and Brooking has gone down, holding his side in a good deal of pain there. I think Brooking's in a bit of trouble now, and the Hungarians now with Kish. Torokcik. And now Muller. Curling a lovely cross in there, but I don't think anybody's on the far side, and in the end, Phil Neal, torn between the desire to find Ray Clements and make it safe, in the end put it behind for the corner. Brooking still down injured, requiring treatment, and the referee deciding the game must go on. With Hungary's corner and Garabah coming up from the back. Thompson with the header away, but nobody up there really for England, and so it'll come straight back into that English penalty area. Torokcik chipping it on again. Once again Thompson there to get it away. Now Koppel. Here's Keegan. And if only he could have found Mariner, and he wasn't far from doing it, Mariner would have been in the clear. As it is, there's trouble. Torokcik. And Clements is out there. And it's a goal! It's Garabah, the defender, who's done it. And just when it looked as though England were breaking away, there was a lovely little chip there by Torokcik. Clements came out, could only half save it. And in the end, it makes it 1-1.
That was exactly the wrong time for England to concede a goal. Clements was badly at fault for that, really. He ought to have gobbled that one up. He didn't get his body behind the ball at all. Slipped out of his hands, and the fella just stuck it in the back of the net. That's terribly unjust, I think, from England's point of view.
So Kish and Brooking the scorers, and a desperate end to the first half for England, having got into the lead. The ball flicked on there, Clements coming out. Well, the scoreboard says Kish. My look was Garabah, but whatever it was, it's 1-1. And Ron Atkinson and Ian St John will want to debate that first half when we come back after this break. Well, the Hungarians no doubt cock a hoop with the fortune that came their way. And you can see that Tibor Nilyoshi, who was off when that goal was scored, in fact, is now restored to good health, maybe with 1 or 2 stitches in the back of his head, but he's there at the start of the second half for the Hungarians. Question as we look across there to see whether England have made any substitutions. The far side of the pitch now, Brooking is out there, and it looks as though and Mariner is there. It certainly looks as though England are going to start the second half with the side that finished the first. John Bond, do you think that's the right thing?
Yeah, I think it's exactly the right thing. I think the lads back home have got a little bit of the wrong impression. I think both Mariner and Keegan up front are doing quite well, and I think if you stuck somebody else up there, or made 3 up there at all, that may congest the thing completely. But I think overall England have played very, very well, and really with a bit of luck we could have gone in winning at half-time by more than the 1 goal. I think if we can play just as well in the second half, that we'll come out of the game winning it.
Would you have made any changes at half-time?
Well, maybe I would have taken Ray Clements off, not just because Joe Corrigan plays for Manchester City, but I thought it was a diabolical goal that we conceded just before half-time, and I think Ray Clements was badly at fault for it, and I believe that it would have done everybody's confidence the world of good if we'd have just put another goalkeeper on at this moment in time.
Well, Ray is a player of fantastic experience. We must hope that he doesn't let that worry him. I'm sure he won't. And now the Hungarians get us away then. They are now in the red shirts, remember, attacking the goal to our left. And there was no doubt the point that John Bond made right early in the game, that England might well be vulnerable to any little ball that's chipped over the back four, with Turokcik, the man who was doing most of that sort of damage, in fact proved to be the case right on half-time, because it was that little chip by Turokcik that really opened up the way. At the moment, it's the number 7 Fazekas on the ball for the Hungarians. Picked up there to Kish and back by Dave Watson. Scoreboard still insisting that it was Kish who scored the Hungarian equaliser, but it was in fact Garaba, a young defender who normally wouldn't expect to be in goal-scoring positions. But now here's England with McDermott. Mariners up there and offside. A little misunderstanding there for a moment, because suddenly McDermott was right through there and Mariner was looking hard at him, not quite knowing what McDermott wanted or indeed what he should be doing. And in that split second, an opening was lost. It's Varga now for Hungary. Turokcik trying to dummy his way beyond Robson, does so. The advantage played by the referee. Gets past Phil Neal, still with Turokcik, but the shot is charged down. Kish now. And will that go across? Yes, it has. It's a goal kick. Neal for England. Thompson. These two nations have met 11 times before tonight, and England leading by 6-5 over the years. There's never been a draw, but it's 1-1 at the moment. McDermott. Thompson finding Koppel. Trying to get those legs moving down that right touchline, gets himself a good cross in there, and he very nearly found Keegan with it, and that was the first real burst in the game we've had from Stevie Koppel. Got beyond those Hungarian defenders, whipped in a really good cross there, and Keegan was waiting for it, but they get this corner, which Brooking will take. Mariners in there, Keegan also. Watson's come up from the back on the far side, but that won't reach Watson. Oh, there's a missed kick by Muller. But he recovered enough, but it's an England throw. Koppel. Neal crossing it in, a good cross too. Keegan's right in there, but the keeper held it. Varga. And I think maybe it was a handball there by Phil Neal that was given. Turokcik. Varga taking it on. Koppel getting back there, but then opening it up there for Turokcik. He's really having one of those nights, twisting and turning. Muha right in there as well. And now a chance for an England break. Mariners away on the left-hand side. Keegan is sprinting through the middle. The ball still here with Brooking, looking for a little more support from midfield. Robson now sweeping it wide, but the momentum has gone for a little bit unless Koppel can pick it up again. Terry McDermott. Little flick in there. Played back by Robson for McDermott. Keegan can't get a hold of it, but here's Brooking with that little cross coming in once more, and it won't reach McDermott. But there's Robson. They allowed him an enormous amount of time there. And now McDermott! And England with a real chance there. And for just one moment, it looked as though Terry McDermott froze when he found him in behind their back four. And it's a throw for England, with the score remaining at 1-1. And now a corner. What about that, John?
Oh, yeah, there's a marvellous little run by Brian Robson. He's played particularly well through the match so far, and it was a great little run and a little bit of bad luck, actually. We had a great chance.
Neal with Watson on the far side, getting his header in. And as Keegan jumped, this massive 6'5" goalkeeper, Bela Katsiats, really just had to stand there and pick the ball off Keegan's head. So here's Muller. Martosh. And away goes Tarokchik again. And England, no troubles at all getting that one away. And a bit of space in midfield now for Brooking. Looking up to see what's on. Here's Koppel. Keegan is outside him. Played here for Keegan. McDermott looking to pull it down and find Mariner. Played wide this time for Mills. Brooking's gone across this way, and England playing with a lot of confidence in the opening minutes of this second half. McDermott's shot safely into the arms of the Hungarian keeper. Everything finds its way to Tarokchik, and here he goes again. And every time he gets it, there's a little quiver in that England defence, but not that time from Phil Thompson. Keegan getting in there to nick it away again, finding Brooking. Pace has picked up a little bit now at the start of this second half, and it's a really good competitive match. Mariner, Brooking, McDermott. Brooking, Neil, Koppel, whipping in that cross again, but it was Balint who got the header in there for Hungary, and a throw to England. The ball coming off Muha. Brooking curling the cross in, and again the keeper's down. Balint slipping. Here's Mariner. Keegan getting possession. Thompson curling it in there towards Mariner. And a goal kick.
We've got to keep taking the game to them. As you see Phil Thompson there playing a ball from way out into their defence. They'll eat them up all day long. We've got to keep getting down up alongside the penalty area and getting crosses in and getting balls in there behind their defenders, and as long as we keep doing that, we've always got a right chance. I would just like to see us getting at them a little bit more in the last third of the field. I think we're a little bit hesitant. You see their number 11, every time he gets the ball, he gets at them, and I would like to see Trevor Brooking and Keegan and one or two of ours getting at them a little bit more.
So we need to look for midfield men running at defenders. There's Brooking playing a good quick ball to Mariner, who's released down the left, and Keegan's made a break into the middle. Heads over that one. Oh, just past the post there as Robson and McDermott came roaring in there, and it's McDermott who got the shot in. Great break here and a lovely ball from Brooking. Mariner playing it in, Keegan the dummy, and McDermott the shot that's wide of the post. But a lovely break by England.
That was a great little move, and Pop Robson was very unlucky there. He came onto the ball very well and struck it very well and was very unlucky. That could have been another goal for us.
Hungary's throw. The number 4 is Istvan Varga, another player from the Honved club, the Hungarian army side. This is Martos. Pushing a few in there now, Neil Yoshi. Fazekas on the far side there, Tarokchik. And England get it away to Mariner, who's playing a lot wider down that left-hand flank at the moment. Here's Brooking as Mariner comes inside. Mariner again, played first time that time by Robson for Koppel, and the pass reached him. And fans thought I should have got to McDermott playing it in towards Keegan. Mariner was behind him, and again the ball flung in quickly there, almost caught the Hungarians out. And the referee making sure that Keegan is okay. Well, that's all about, John, to you.
He got too good a header in there, Keegan. If it had just slipped off the top of his head, I could have finished up in the back of the net very easily. Good little ball in.
I gather you're getting a little bit of flashing on your sets at home, picture flashing. We apologise for that. And we hope that it's not spoiling your enjoyment of this World Cup qualifier. And the Hungarians have now brought on their substitute, Komjati, the number 13. And remembering that the score remains at England 1, Hungary 1. That's a free kick. I think England first thought it was their free kick. I think Paul Mariner still believes it is, but I think we shall find it's a free kick to Hungary. Watson with the header. Keegan manfully getting up there and winning the ball in the air. The ball, in fact, kept in well by Koppel, but Mariner had strayed into an offside position. Tarokchik, and again, that time it was Watson, closed in very quickly on him and denied him any space that he required, and Koppel brought down there blatantly by Varga, who has already had a yellow card.
Brian, at this moment in time, I really feel it's a shame that Ron hadn't made either Hoddle or Barnes a substitute, because I feel that both Hoddle and Barnes, if they were to come on this park tonight and start getting at this Hungarian defence, that we really could take them to the cleaners and tear them to pieces, because they really are very suspect.
Here's Mills. Good cross coming in there, didn't quite reach Dave Watson. Here's McDermott. We've got a lot of whites up at the moment. Koppel, Watson in there trying to lift it forward for Brooking, but I think he may be offside. No, the flag stayed down. The flag stayed down. You can see the fury of the Hungarian defenders there. They clearly thought that Brooking was offside, but the Italian flag stayed down. I say he did look offside to me as well.
That looked a very close decision. I would have thought from here that he was offside, but he allowed it go on. There was another chance when begging.
Neil beaten in the air by Tarokchik and gets the ball safely back to Ray Clements. Thompson. Robson. Well, he lost Nilioshi completely there. Mariner trying to come away from Garabah. And Garabah sprawling his way all over Mariner there. He's known as a big tough boy, this fellow, this number 6 who scored the Hungarian goal, and quite rightly a free kick's given against him there. Here's Brooking for England, trying to set something up. A little dummy that puts Koppel in by the byline, and a low cross which Balint got away. Neil with a chance to cross it in there once more, but maybe he'll try and find Koppel down that flank. No, it's in here for Keegan. Played back for Brooking. Terrific goal! A terrific goal by Brooking, and England are back in the lead. Look at the ball caught up in the corner there. A beautiful move and a magnificent finish, and again the Hungarians are stunned. Played in there, back by Keegan. Brooking really whacking it up into the corner there, and England are back in the lead.
That was a fabulous little ball in by Phil Neal, and Keegan came onto it, knocked it back at Brooking, and you see the end result. That was a great little move, and got its just reward at the end of the day, and that puts England in front again. If they really take this game now by the scruff of the neck, they can go on and win 3 or 4 here quite easily.
You're tempting Providence again, John. There'll be a lot of people at home saying, I wish he wouldn't say things like that. Let's be satisfied at the moment with 2-1, and let's hold them now. as the Hungarians come forward again. Torokcic trying to play it in there once more, and again England standing steady at the back. Keegan back there, finding Koppel, played into space there. Once more for Keegan, and Marriner onside. He's onside with the keeper to beat. Can this be number 3? Can Marriner do it? He can't. Well, there was a golden opportunity there of giving England the breathing space they badly wanted, and it really caught the Hungarians out. Here's McDermott. The Hungarians at this moment all over the place. McDermott now, yes, he'll get to this one. He's got support behind from Stevie Koppel. Here's Koppel. Robson, that'll be a goal kick. Just over a quarter of an hour of the second half gone. There was a chance there for Paul Marriner to make it 3-1. But Hungary 1, England 2, with Brooking scoring both the England goals. Karada the goal for Hungary. And now, trouble for England. Miloshi going all the way through. Playing it wide here now for Muha. And back again there for the substitute, and that's gone wide from Konjati. John?
Yeah, we got caught there, Brian, a little bit, and they really should have made a little bit more use of that. I think if when the ball went wide, if the fellow had got it in nice and early, there would have been a grave danger to England, but there was a chance went begging and they missed it, thank God.
So, Bordogni is now on, who's a midfield player, and they've taken Fazekas off. So England, with a little under half an hour to go, leading by 2-1. Marriner, and remember the Hungarians have still to come to Wembley to play a qualifying game there. England's other World Cup qualifier, of course, being an away game against Norway. Well, that was a mistake by Miloshi. They've got very sloppy there. It puts Keegan in possession here. And in the end, he's fouled and gives England a free kick.
They really do look a disheartened bunch at the moment, the Hungarians. They really don't look as if they've got any heart for the game at all. People are walking about and strolling about rather than running about how they were when they scored the goal, after they'd scored the goal.
Well, Brookings behind this one. Robson too. Keegan's looking in there for something. Brooking with a little touch. Cannoned off the wall, and that's going to be a corner. Started to hear a few England fans chanting now. Brooking again. Well, he's on a hat-trick. Watson, a massive jump again. Keegan looking for what might fall from it. Martosh being harassed there by Keegan, and England, I think, should get the throw there. Keegan with it. McDermott playing it in, and Garaba getting it away. Kimjati. And the long ball played forward there for Kish. Can he get it to the byline? He can. And Koppel and England get it away again as Robson finds Brooking. Robson again. Marriner. Mills. Brooking. And now played for Koppel. A bit of space for him here. That'll be too close for McDermott, and there was no trouble for the keeper. The throw releasing Kish. And here go the Hungarians again. Really running at people. And Kish going all the way. And he misses. My word, how vulnerable England were in defence there. There are fists raised in anger all around me amongst the Hungarian fans. They really thought that Kish had done it there. And in fact, he was allowed to absolutely go right through that England defence. But then his nerve and his skill deserted him right at the end there. And England was saved. But that was a bad moment, John.
Yeah, but what's happening, you see, now is that we're getting forward, we're getting a lot of numbers forward, and we're giving balls away like we did just there, and they're coming at us on the break, catching us in 4-3 situations and 3-2 situations, and we're looking a little bit vulnerable. We must just sit back and play it tight and play it safe and break when we can break and go forward with numbers, but keeping us nice and tight at the back the whole time.
Brooking battling away there, but it was Muha who got the better of him. Kimjati. And that little flurry has given the Hungarians a bit of heart. Here's Tarokcic. And Brooking got back there well. Koppel getting in first as well. Mariner taking possession. Keegan just offside, and I think he was. He was just inside the Hungarian half. And I think when the ball was played, he was just fractionally off. Tarokcic. Brooking. They are reputed to be a side that does fade the longer the game goes on, the Hungarians, but they've just at this moment got a new lease of life with that near miss from Kish. Here's the substitute again, Kimjati to Martos. Just over 20 minutes of the second half gone, England leading by 2-1. Brooking the scorer of the 2 England goals. 1 in the first half, 1 in the second. Bodonyi, Tarokcic, and again England only half get it away, but it should be safe with Clements now. Keegan, and now McDermott. Keegan, Neil, played in for Koppel. McDermott. Mariner trying to make something of it, but he was really tightly marked by Garabah. And here's Muha finding Tarokcic. Muha again, spread wide again as Hungary spring men forward. Bodonyi, and a throw. Kimjati with that throw. Almost a leisurely walking pace there as the Hungarians. Bodonyi getting the cross in there, but enough white shirts back to make sure that in the end it gets to Clements. Halfway through the second half now. Hungary 1, England 2. McDermott. Keegan. Neil. And now McDermott. Robson, bit of space for him, and nice little 1-2 going there with Mariner, but he couldn't quite pick it up again. And this is Balint. Martos. Varga. Tarokcic. This number 11 looks full of running. Bodonyi. Kimjati. And again England with Brooking getting it away there to Mariner. Oh, slaughtered from behind there by Garabah.
He's getting some terrible treatment at the moment. Mariner up front, they're coming through him like a dose of salts the whole time.
Yet the one occasion that Brian Robson did it, he found that he got himself a yellow card. And then on that occasion, it looked as though he played the ball.
That's
but England
right.
2-1 up. And there's Balint for Hungary. Muha.
Brooking looked hurt again, Brian.
Yes. And Mills and Thompson nicely getting England out of trouble. Brooking down once more. Just inside the Hungarian half just gingerly getting to his feet. Remembering, of course, that 2 sides from each group go through to the World Cup finals in Spain next year. And I think at the moment, in honesty, Hungary and Romania are the favourites as the group stands. Although an England victory here tonight would put England firmly back into the reckoning again. Particularly as they still have to play the Hungarians at Wembley. Well, we have 20 minutes now to preserve this 2-1 lead and hopefully to build on it.
We're just beginning to sit back just a little bit. I hope that we don't... McDermott's going deeper and deeper. I hope he gets forward a little bit more. I don't want to see him too far back there.
England's free kick. Brooking looks to be fully restored again. He's behind this free kick. Robson also. McDermott's there too. Keegan. Keegan with the shot, and wide of the Hungarian goal. You can see the clock telling us that in fact there are 19 minutes remaining. Neil. Koppel. And something of a contrast here at this moment. It's too early to talk to the despondency I think most English football supporters felt after that defeat in Switzerland last Saturday. There's still a long way to go, and the lead is a slender one to hold, but it is a lead.
There are little signs, you know, that we are just taking our time and we're slowing the thing down too much. I would like us to keep our pace going with the game.
Nilyoshi finding Muha. And there's a pass given away to Paul Mariner. Keegan outside him, and Keegan on his own. Onside. Can he make it 3 now, Kevin? Keegan. No, he can't. And he's got a penalty, has he? He has indeed a penalty. Now, this is a chance then for England to make it 3. Keegan inside the box, down he goes. The referee, without any doubt in his mind, saying it's a penalty, and the responsibility of that falls to the England captain, Kevin Keegan. Facing 6'5", Bela Kadzierz, with the chance of putting his England side into a very positive 3-1 lead. Can Keegan do it? Yes, he can! And England go into a 3-1 lead with 17 minutes to go. Not the most firmly struck penalty, but the right result. John?
I think if I was Hungarian, I'd feel very upset about that penalty. I don't think it was ever a penalty. I think Kevin Keegan made a meal of it, but all well and good for England. That puts us 3-1 in front. And as I've been saying all the way along, I think now we really ought to take this game by the scruff of the neck, because Hungary and fairness haven't really been in the game this half so far.
Well, Ray Wilkins is now on. As you saw on the far side of the field, Trevor Brooking went off. England leading by 3-1. Here's Taroccic, and they're going to need some magic from him, the Hungarians, now to pull this one back. There's still more than 15 minutes to go, and Hungarian fans around me are leaving the NEP Stadium in their droves. Keegan brought down, free kick. Well, that will be something of an answer at this stage. We mustn't count chickens yet, but it'll be an answer at this stage, at any rate, to the Hungarian football magazine this week that had on its cover a picture of Phil Neal taking a corner, and they'd superimposed a crutch so that he was, as it were, supported by a crutch, which they felt was symbolic of English football at the moment. We are leading here in the Nep Stadium in Budapest by 3-1. Phil Neal. Keegan. A little back flick there, but it's Varga. So important with a quarter of an hour to go that we concede nothing, certainly for a few moments, to give the Hungarians a chance to build towards a third and equalising goal. At the moment, it's the substitute Bodonyi on the ball. Played wide here for Balint, the sweeper, taking a chance to come forward, and Ray Clements a safe catch. The throw out there to Koppel. If only England can now just hold this 3-1 lead for 14 minutes. What a famous victory it will be, remembering that England have not won in Hungary for 72 years. Well, it was certainly a good moment to break that little record. Here's Keegan again. And Marcos losing out to Keegan. Keegan getting possession again down by that byline. The cross coming in there towards Paul Mariner, and the keeper got it well, took a bang on the head from Mariner as he did so. Clash of two big men there, and he's in the wars, this Hungarian keeper Belia Katsiats. He broke a finger in a game against Switzerland. He took a knock there, and in fact when he was training yesterday, I noticed that he had two fingers firmly strapped up. But he's courageous enough. And of course, every little helps when you're looking for a place in the World Cup finals, and that scoreline of 3-1, of course, will also help England's goal difference, which at the moment stands better than anybody else's in the group.
That really, Brian, is a very important point, because if we can get one or two more goals, that will help us in the future games, obviously, and that'll put more pressure on the teams below us.
At the moment, it's Turokchik, still the danger man for Hungary. Long cross coming in towards Quiche. Phil Thompson up there, getting it away, not very far. And again, England defending well when it looked as though Turokchik might be onto a break, but now it's England's turn to come forward. McDermott spraying it wide here for Phil Neal. Played on again for Mariner, who's onside. Robson getting it back from Koppel. Koppel again. Thompson. Neal away to Keegan. And Marcos is with him. What's that, a goal kick? I say, you have to admit that for all the tension that there is out there, it's been played in a really good spirit from both sides, helping each other up, apologising for knocks and so on. A free kick, in fact, to the Hungarians there. Good jump by Watson again. Nilioshi. Well, he and Turokchik have really got to work a bit of magic in the midfield to get people like Quiche going forward now. And a free kick to the Hungarians. The foul by Watson. They've taken it quickly. They know that time at the moment is against them, but it's with that danger man, Turokchik again. But once again, Phil Thompson, who's had a storming game at the back for England tonight, was there to get it away. Here's Muha for the Hungarians now. And here come England again. This time it was Phil Neal who got it away to Terry McDermott. Mariner's away wide there, and a good break through the middle here by Brian Robson. Playing it wide there. And Mariner couldn't quite reach that ball coming in from Ray Wilkins. And so it's a goal kick for the Hungarians. 10 minutes remaining.
You said what a storming game Phil Thompson's had. So has Pop Robson in the middle of the park. He really has been a tremendous inspiration to England. What a good player.
Hungary's throw. Torokcik with it. A free kick. No, play on, said the referee. Torokcik being chased by Koppel. Still Torokcik. Topping and curling and then playing a ball out wide there, which is just kept in. Torokcik once more. And England getting it away. But a throw to Hungary. Crowd calling for a penalty. We looked fearfully at the referee on those occasions, but he didn't want to know. And here's McDermott playing it back once more to Ray Clements. Keep looking at the stopwatch. It's as though it has stopped. It just won't go on as quickly as I think all England fans would want it to do. We've got about 9 minutes, a fraction over 9 minutes remaining. England leading by 3-1 here in the NEP Stadium in Budapest.
I think we ought to give the referee a word of praise, you know. I think overall he's been fairly honest and fairly right in most of his decisions, and I think it's been a good display by him.
Mariner trying to get it on for Keegan, and surely he was obstructed there, and the referee has given a free kick to the Hungarians as Keegan helps up Martos, and Balint gets it away now. Nilioshi. And another foul and another free kick to Hungary. Balint. Garaba. Torokcik. Could be trouble with that little chip, but it was Phil Thompson again in the way. Keegan trying to get back there. Wilkins trying to get in there, but it's Balint again for the Hungarians. Trying to get a 1-2 going as he made his run towards the penalty area, and the Hungarians get a free kick just outside that England penalty area. About 7.5 minutes left. And Ray Clements organising the wall. Torokcik, I imagine, might try something here. Balint is also lined up behind it, having a bang at the goal and at the wall. Now, this Balint with the shot. Through the wall, and Clements is down well to save it.
That was a good save, because he looked as if he was unsighted until the very last moment.
Now, Mariner challenging there with Garaba. Martos getting it away. And here come the Hungarians again. Kimjati, the substitute. Played inside here for that dangerous man, Torokcik. But again, the challenge was in quick that time from Dave Watson. Muha playing it in there again. And again, the challenge is there for England. Varga, challenged by Koppel, and Koppel wins it, but concedes a free kick. So another free kick for the Hungarians, as Varga brings himself to his feet. Well, it's about just over 5 minutes to go. Balint now. And Phil Neal got in that time to deny him the shot at goal. Keegan. And look at Mick Mills right up there now for England. Spreading out from the back the white shirts of England. McDermott's gone roaring up on the right-hand side. Wilkins has gone tearing in there as well, the substitute. Mariner. Mills. Space there for Mariner, onside. Get that cross in from the byline now, and it's a deep one here towards Terry McDermott. Trying to hit it on the volley. Wilkins with the shot, and it's over the top. Inside the last 5 minutes now. And McDermott played that so well. That was a beautifully weighted ball. A superb bit of skill there by Terry McDermott, but not quite matched by the shot from Ray Wilkins. So Hungary now needing 2 goals in the last 5 minutes to get back on level terms. Martos, their right back. England packing the midfield at the moment. Mills getting in quickly with his challenge. It's the throw for Hungary, though. What a power of the good victory here would do for so many things in the game in England at the moment. But it's not over yet. Torokchik. Still Torokchik. Ilyashi, and again England get it away. Keegan chesting it down. Koppel, the long ball forward. Mariner's onside. But the keeper, look at that, right out of his goal. But it's going to be a throw for England. And that'll take up a few more seconds. Make it about 4.5 minutes. John?
I think a word of praise is due to Dave Watson. He started off a little bit gingerly, and there's been an awful lot of people, including myself, didn't think he ought to have been in the side, and I thought he's played magnificently tonight. He's competed for his life. Both him and Phil Neal at the back have been outstanding.
But here are Hungary again. There's more work for the England defence to do. Torokchik playing it on again. That surely is going to be Phil Thompson's or Ray Clemence's, and between them they make sure that the Hungarians go no further. Here's Ray Wilkins for England with McDermott, his ally, on his right. Oh, and a bad ball by Wilkins. It was a lazy ball that gave that there to Garaba. Torokchik playing it inside. Watson's there, though. Played down the line there for Paul Mariner. Played inside for Kevin Keegan. The little flick from him, a little touch there from Koppel. Wilkins again, spreading it wide here for Phil Neal. Something like 3.5 minutes remaining. Koppel. Wilkins. Mariner on the far side. Played inside again there. McDermott half went and then half stopped and then found that he could get there. But I think he's got little chance of making that one. The Hungarians happy to let it go over for the goal kick. The stopwatch still plodding slowly round, but it's about 3 minutes now. And Phil Thompson there again. Phil Neal, and it'll probably go back to Ray Clemence. Thompson then. And now Neal. 2.5 to go. Keegan. Oh, the ball given away there by Brian Robson. But look who's there, as safe as ever at the back again, Phil Thompson. And back it'll go again, I imagine, to Ray Clemence. Well, if England win here tonight, which now looks likely, it'll bury a few memories for those gallant souls who were here in 1954 and got beaten 7-1 by the Hungarians. Having been beaten 6-3 by them the year before at Hungary. What were then called the magical Magyars. Well, it's England who've made the running tonight as Wilkins tries to put the ball in there for Robson.
What a shame that was. What a magnificent little move that was. And the ball was just a little bit heavy at the end.
90 seconds left and a free kick for Hungary. And I wouldn't think there'd be a lot of stoppage time remaining. Watson there with a header, as cool and as safe as you like. But Phil Thompson, as you say, Dave Watson, Brian Robson, Kevin Keegan has been everywhere and has been an inspiration as well. And of course Brooking with his 2 goals before he went off injured and was substituted by Ray Wilkins. We're in the last minute of the game now. England leading here in the Nep Stadium against Hungary by 3-1, and that really could be a most crucial night for England now in the World Cup. Suddenly their hopes have been restored after so much despair and desperation. And here's Wilkins on the far side, supported by Mick Mills, who's had a steady old game himself down that left-hand side of the defence. But Wilkins giving it away again, and strangely, the Hungarian belting the ball straight into touch. I think one other person to mention, actually, John, is Ron Greenwood, who's taken a lot of stick and has regarded Hungary, I think, as his spiritual footballing home, because he was so impressed by what he saw from the Hungarians in the 1950s. I think this will be a double sweep victory for him.
Do you know what, Brian? When there was about 19 minutes to go, and we were winning 2-1, I believe, and at that time, and I was sitting here thinking the pressure that he must be under at that particular time. I'm over the moon for him. I think this is a marvellous result for him.
Well, we're now in time added on. The referee's looked at his watch, and England are but a few seconds away from a very important victory which they've got. Hungary 1, England 3 is the score. Garaba the scorer for Hungary, Trevor Brooking 2, and Kevin Keegan the penalty for England. Well, that really has opened the door again and made the possibility of qualifying for Spain a very real thing again, remembering that the Hungarians have still to come to Wembley, and they won't come with any great confidence now. Tremendous night for English football. So many people had begun to write them off. No wonder they're embracing, full of joy after this tremendous victory here. And one, you have to say, that is thoroughly deserved. They came out and they attacked the Hungarians. They had that terrible setback right on half-time, but they came back and they attacked some more in the second half, and in the end got their just result, their rewards.